Hey, you might have heard that experts are predicting millions of deaths in China in the next few years. But what does that mean? And what are their options? Hello and welcome back to your favorite channel, the Amuse World. Give the video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you think it adds value. Today in this video, we're going to break it all down for you and give you some insights into what's happening in China. Some of the early predictions made after the government dropped many of its stringent zero COVID-19 restrictions suggest that up to 1 million Chinese citizens could pass away from COVID-19 over the coming few months. However, according to two studies, when death rates spike, the majority of the population could receive a fourth dosage of the vaccine, along with strong masking compliance and a reimposition of temporary social interaction limitations. These actions might also lessen the strain on hospitals. Many of the restrictions that the Chinese government put to stop the virus's spread have been lifted over the past month. It has put an end to the widespread lockdown of entire cities, relaxed restrictions on interregional movement, and allowed SARS-CoV-2 patients to isolate at home rather than in centralized institutions. In Chongqing, infected individuals with minimal or no symptoms can even go to work. The National Health Commission announced that it will stop reporting the number of infected people who have no symptoms and that testing is now voluntary. Due to modifications in testing requirements, the number of reported cases has been officially declining since late November, but there are signs that infections in some areas have risen quickly. According to a study on transmission in the city published on medRxiv on 16 December without peer review, illnesses in Beijing may have already peaked. Fourth doses. Data from outbreaks in Shanghai and Hong Kong earlier this year was used in one of the modeling studies, which was published as a preprint without peer review on December 14th to assess various scenarios in China. According to its findings, hospitals will be overburdened if infections increase as quickly as predicted as a result of the most recent relaxation of regulations. According to the analysis, this will most likely cause roughly 1 million deaths over the coming few months. However, these projections only account for deaths directly linked to COVID-19. They do not account for additional deaths brought on by long wait times for non-COVID-19 disease treatments. According to the study, if 85% of the population receives a fourth dose of a different vaccine than the inactivated virus vaccines that the majority of people in the nation have already received, it may be possible to slow the rise in infections and lower the number of serious infections and fatalities. The number of fatalities might be decreased by up to 35% by pushing for a fourth dosage of a vaccination and administering antiviral medications to most adults 60 and older, as well as those people who are at high risk of contracting serious illnesses. The government declared on December 13 that adults 60 years of age and older, as well as other high-risk groups, should receive a fourth dose of vaccination, preferably one developed using a different technology than their initial dose. However, among the more than 260 million Chinese citizens over the age of 60, only 70% of those in this age group and 40% of those in this age group had gotten a third dose. However, given the broad transmission that has occurred since many limitations have been loosened, it may now be too late for China to benefit from the virus-slowing benefits of fourth doses. Because circulating Omicron forms of the virus demonstrate a great ability to resist the body's immune response, we are therefore not sure that an additional dose will make a significant difference in transmission. Fewer deaths. According to another estimate, if China stays on its current course, the country will experience a COVID-19 death toll of 500,000 by April of 2024 and 1.6 million deaths by the end of 2023. The Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington, Seattle, developed and frequently updates the model, which measures and anticipates the global burden of COVID-19. According to Ali Mokdad, an epidemiologist at the Institute, the number of deaths in China might increase to about 9,000 per day by the end of March. The model predicts that if China implements particular steps whenever the death rate crosses a specific threshold, the overall number of deaths might be decreased to roughly 290,000 between now and April. Reintroducing restrictions, having a high rate of third and fourth dose vaccinations, and treating at-risk groups with a lot of antiviral medications are some of these. Use of masks on a large scale could lower fatalities even further, to about 230,000. In China, masking is widely used, and the loosened limitations have changed people's behavior so that they now choose to limit their movement. Estimates of mortality and the effects of interventions are largely consistent between the two studies. This resemblance is largely the result of an understanding that herd immunity can only be attained following a widespread and challenging spread of transmission across the entire nation. Do you guys agree with us? Let us know in the comments. If you found the video to be informative, make sure to give the video a like and share it with your friends. We will keep you updated. Stay tuned.